Non-playable characters or NPCs are any characters in a game that are not controlled by a player. They originate in board games, where they are controlled by the game master, but in this video we will look at NPCs in video games. Here, NPCs are computer-controlled characters that interact with the player in some way. They can be neutral, friendly or hostile and can provide information, challenge the player or even be a companion. NPCs are important for providing context and depth to the game, as well as for making it feel more realistic. Designing NPCs requires careful consideration regarding the character design, artificial intelligence, and interactions with players. Crafting an NPC requires writing dialogue, creating a backstory, and choosing visual elements. NPCs must also be implemented in the game, which requires strategies for implementation, testing, and debugging. A simple NPC would be an NPC that provides the player with minor tasks and information. This NPC would not have any major story arcs or quests associated with them. They could provide the player with small tasks, such as fetch quests or delivering items. This NPC would also provide the player with relevant information, such as directions to locations or hints about puzzles. This simple NPC would not be an integral part of the game's story, but would instead provide a helpful service to the player. A complex NPC is an NPC that is a major part of the game's story. This NPC would have their own story arc and questline, and their decisions and actions would have a major effect on the game's story. This NPC could have their own motivations and goals, and their choices and actions could drive the story forward. This NPC could also have an array of dialogue options and would react differently based on the player's choices. When a player meets an NPC and enters a conversation, the player is given some options what to say. The NPC then responds to the player, and the player is given another set of choices what to say. The cycle continues until the conversation ends. This happens when the player selects a farewell message or the NPC has nothing more to say and ends. Let's see this in practice.
Hello, weary traveler. How may I help you?
Hello, I would like to upgrade my weapon.
What would you like?
This one.
Ah, excellent choice. This is a magical dagger made by the elves in an ancient volcano. It is 500 coin.
But I only have 10 coins.
Ah, for 10 coin I can give you this.
Pathfinding is the method for determining how to get an NPC from one point of the map to another. We have to take into consideration the terrain, obstacles, and possibly fog of war. Simple approaches include grid-based pathfinding, where the terrain is mapped onto a uniform square grid. More advanced algorithms use irregular polygons and create a navigation mesh upon which the NPCs can walk. Good games want to make the movement of NPCs look natural, which is much more complex than moving along straight lines, and also not making sharp turns. Problems to solve include not overlapping with other NPCs and moving around complex obstacles.
Ah, time to go home.
Another technology that is used in advanced video games is motion capture. This is a process of recording the movement of people and adjusting it to the video game settings. This provides a much more realistic experience for the player. We're out of budget, so we're not animating those. Cut. At the end of the unit, you'll find several questions to test your knowledge. Here is one of the questions. Which one is a simple NPC? Is it Ellie from The Last of Us? Is it Shopkeeper from Skyrim? Is it Ciri from The Witcher? or is it GLaDOS from Portal? What do you think?